I gotta do something good.
You're looking for an object. Yep, we're at that
You
point in
got
our
this.
career.
There we go.
Can
Wow.
this just be the intro?
No.
Okay, what about this? What about this? Dude, I ran out of idea. I'm gonna be honest. I've been a bit I've been a bit demoralized today,
Should we restart?
and that's why
I feel like
I was like, is this
have
the show or
Andru Edwards on.
Oh, we're here. All right, it is the show.
That was
It
the
is
old
the
bait and
show.
switch.
Everybody.
People were like, wait, was this supposed to go out? Yeah, it was. Welcome back to Genius Bar, episode 129, number one Apple podcast in the world. We're joined here today by Andru Edwards.
So that's actually the intro, huh?
Oh my God.
Are we
That's way
leaving
better
that
than
as
The
the
Price is
intro?
Right.
Yeah, thank you. That is way better. Boop-boop-a-doo. We got that too.
To defend
Andru
myself
Edwards.
and Andru Edwards here, it is Sam's intro this week. And we told Sam, like, okay, hey, Sam, it's your intro. We cut to him to start, and he looks around and goes, I'm looking for an object, thinking that maybe he'll think of a clever intro if he finds a clever object. He did not, and this is the result. So you're welcome, everybody. Sam Kohl, everybody. Yay.
There we go.
Okay. Breaking news, everybody. Everybody, breaking news. We've got the exclusive new iPhone color, Genius Bar exclusive. Introducing, drum roll please, the new iPhone Pro color for 2023. We've got
Titan Gray.
Titan Gray, and this is hot, baby. That is hot. I am going to buy this. It's the perfect blend between space gray and silver, but space gray sucks and silver's too perfect. Nobody actually deserves silver. This is what everybody should be buying in 2023.
So let me just get this straight.
It's just like a pure,
No.
for the audio listeners, it's like a pure gray. It is wonderful. It is.
No.
Andrew's saying no. Why is he saying no? Why are you saying no? Are you saying no
You
to
know
the
why?
color?
Yeah. You know why it upsets me? I'm gonna tell you
Why
why
does it
upsets
upset
me,
you?
Okay. We've had Sierra Blue. We've had
Yeah.
Pacific Blue.
Yep.
Pretty
We've
good.
had green, forest green, which doesn't fall under this, but I'm not a big fan of green. And then we had last year's deep purple. All those colors, with the exception of the green, which again, I'm not a fan of green, they all look gray if not held in the right light. All of these colors look like you have a gray iPhone
Okay.
if not held in the right light. So what does Apple do? Hey, I know. Let's just make a gray phone. It'll just look the same as all the other ones, but it'll just look gray in all light.
Yeah.
But it's
And,
like a
and
real
what else are we
gray.
going to put out? What else are we going to put out? Another blue as well. We did Sierra. We did Pacific. Let's do freaking Atlantic next or whatever. Where's the red? I was so excited
Wait,
for that
is
red.
everyone really upset about the not
Where
getting
is
the red?
Mediterranean Sea blue? That's what I'm asking.
Hasn't red been a rumored color every year?
For so long.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
Did
saying,
anyone
like-
really think it was coming true this time?
Stop giving us these muted colors for the Pro phone. I just don't understand. And watch the regular iPhone 15 is going to have these exciting array of
it
colors.
will.
But
It
I don't
will.
want to use that phone.
Yeah, you're not
Do
poor.
tell. Why don't you?
Well, that's one reason.
What'd you say, Sam?
I'm just saying what you always say, John. Don't put the camera on me.
Whoa! Listen.
I don't think that. You say that
When
on
I
your
say,
YouTube channel.
when I
Front
say
Page
that,
Tech.
it's funny. When you say it, it just hurts.
No, I don't, bro. I don't actually feel that way. I'm just repeating what you said.
But I feel like my delivery signifies that it's a joke, and yours was just like, oh, because you're not
Very
poor.
serious.
Oh, yeah, because in your videos, you definitely don't mock. Dude, he literally has segments in his videos where he mocks people that don't buy the Pro. He does this like every
Name
time
a
it comes up.
segment. Tell me a segment.
Dude, I guarantee I can find one in like 12
The segments don't have
seconds.
names, to be fair.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
Segment 1, segment 2. Yes, this is the poor phone segment.
Dude,
What is he
there's so
looking
many. You've got you did a whole segment about the poor people iPhone in this video.
Nope.
You're just getting farther. You're just leaving.
That's
'Cause
what
you know it's true.
because I can.
Oh, here we go.
What? Why are you talking about? Hold on, this is the 15 Pro. You tricked me.
You're not going to find one, Sam. This isn't a real thing.
Why? See, you're hiding them. You're up to some witchcraft here that's really throwing off the mojo.
What did you search for?
I just searched for like
John Prosser, poor iPhone.
John Prosser, poor.
Low budget.
I wish that we had enough fans to where people clipped like
listen,
all that stuff.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm cutting you off. You're not. This is not a thing that's real.
There's just you post so much spam that it's like I can't even find one.
I post spam. Do we need? See, here's the thing. As your friend, I will spare you this argument because I'm inclined to have you pull up your Twitter so we can have a look-see, but I will spare you. I will spare
all the red
audience.
exclamation marks.
How dare you say I post spam? Okay, so this what is just a natural titanium gray color that they're going to call Titan Gray, and also
Titan Gray.
For those of you listening and not seeing with your eyes. The color that Sam showed, the color that 9to5 Mac is giving us and showing us is it's a render of the phone in a phone case.
Yes.
So it's really what? This is a leak from like an Amazon seller.
I mean, yeah, probably from a phone manufacturer that like has connections.
So I have a quick question.
Okay.
Why are we believing this?
Oh, because
that is a good question.
9to5 Mac said it.
9to5 Mac also said we were getting a red one.
Yeah, but that was like months ago.
Okay.
Also, this is kind of a natural color of titanium, so it makes quite a bit of sense.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be this color. No, this is the leak. It's this color.
But how do we know
the
it's
Apple
from
Watch
a fucking
Ultra.
case manufacturer from Amazon? I'm not saying this is wrong, but I'm also not going to come on my podcast and be like, "This is it for sure," because
You're right. You'll just go on Front Page Tech tomorrow and be like, "Guys, the new iPhone color." Now, I kind of like the way this looks. That's
First of all, Andru Edwards, this is supposed to be my safe space with you on. Second of all, Sam has begun stealing that title. So is it really even mine anymore?
I know. Everybody's stealing from John. Everybody's stealing from John.
What?
Everyone, Sam is stealing.
Hey man, I be seeing some stuff.
Sam
on the lower
is stealing from John.
Thumbnails sometimes. Not from you, Sam. But
Sam is stealing from John, and everyone else is stealing from Sam. So really, everyone is stealing from me.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I will accept that.
Are we going to address that everyone has stolen your shtick?
Whose?
Yours.
Oh, I mean, it's just kind of boring at this point.
But you're still doing it. You would think the innovator of the terribleness would invent new terribleness.
Bro, you just can't innovate a new media format every like 2 months on a whim. Like it takes time to like craft and come up with it.
I'm not with that attitude.
I'm already working on some things, but yeah, I mean, just for all the Apple accounts that are literally just copying me, could you stop, please? It's just very annoying. Like,
I was thinking about making a how Sam ruined social media video.
That'd be really funny. No, it's just like I'm totally cool with people taking news and doing it the same way. But when I tweet something very specific, like a take, and then an account is like, "What do you think about this specific take that I also had 3 hours after that take?" I'm like, bro, like. That's just plagiarism. Covering the news is different.
Every tweet, because I follow a lot of tech accounts because I'm in the industry, which was my first mistake. Every tweet is someone said this is happening. Thoughts? That sounds
like Sam's post though.
Yeah, that's every tweet. Thoughts? That means, hey, all my followers, can you come up with content so while everyone reads the replies, I get all the ad revenue?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, it's true. It's
anyway,
true.
To not get too far off track, I'm not saying that the color of iPhone we just showed you is not going to be what we get next month, but it's just a render inside of a phone case for some manufacturer, and this happens every year where they place iPhone, because that's how you show the case. And so cases that pop up
Correct.
on Amazon before the phones are announced, this is how all the listings look. I'm just curious because, and I guess I'm asking you, Sam, because I haven't had time to read the story.
Yep.
How are they justifying this as a leak and as news today? Because normally we wouldn't. What does that case manufacturer claim?
The reason 9to5Mac is so confident about this, and I find it very interesting that in their actual article on the product, they do not mention where the source of this info came originally. It's from someone that we have recent beef with that has now been resolved. So this, look here, there's another image. They've rendered, thanks to Ian Zelbo for rendering this in Titan Gray. They basically just, okay, you guys got to fix the ads though.
Jesus.
They're basically just saying, that this is what they got sent by a source, that they're confident. They said they don't know the marketing name is going to be Titan Gray, but that's what they've been hearing. And they were seeing the image below. Here's the thing though. They don't mention why this is actually true, which I find weird. 9to5Mac is a journalistic entity. Surely I found it fascinating that they shared this article just moments after I tweeted this today. Surfacing some news that didn't get picked up by anyone, by friend of the show, Unknowns21. People don't realize Unknowns21, about 24 to 48 hours ago, shared, where's it at? He shares a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tweets we got to go through here. Just trying to find this man. He has been tweeting a lot. I think he might have moved the tweet or.
It would have been much easier to find this had you quote tweeted it when you made that post.
Yeah, too bad he just
Andrew.
steals. You
Too
can't
bad
find
I
a
just
tweet
steal.
when you steal them.
So here's a tweet from yesterday, I believe, when he says these are going to be the new colors. We've got black, space gray. We've got silver. We've got blue.
It starts with blue. It starts with blue.
I know. I'm just reading it in my own order. Am I not allowed to read it in my own order, Andrew? Okay, I'm just trying to be creative. I literally get called out for stealing, and then when I try to switch up the words,
you put the mouse pointer on blue and said we've got black. Okay.
I mean, he got you there, Sam. I don't know.
Are you guys done, or can I keep reading the new? I don't have to read the new colors for the new exclusive iPhone 15 Pro.
Sam, are you?
Go on.
Did you get bullied today? Why are you so fiery?
Let's continue. As you can see, these are the colors, titanium gray. You know what's not on this list, guys? It's gold. Gold is not on this list.
But why is silver on the list?
Because that's happening, and silver's great. Silver's the best color Apple's ever made.
I thought they just said it was silver. I thought they said it was going to be 3 colors this time. That's why
they're doing silver and
black,
Titan
blue,
gray?
titanium.
No, sir. We're hearing 4 colors. We're hearing blue, space gray / space black, titanium gray, and silver.
Silver remains.
So 4. Silver remains. And, I don't want to say that I found a good image that color matches, kind of what it's going to look like. But this is actually a space gray iPhone 13 Pro featured in this image. And I think that's actually going to be somewhat close to what it looks like in the light.
What are you fucking doing? You just
Pro.
You posted that with news because you're like, I think it's gonna look like this. That's like what 9to5Mac did. They even titled their thing, "This is probably the new color." Wait, what do you people even say, dude?
You took the iPhone 13 and said this is probably going to be what the 15 looks like.
Yes, because at an angle, if you would think about the color gray, there's not a whole ton of variance with the actual color gray. And
which
as you
phone
notice, this is the 13 Pro.
In what color?
Space gray.
Space gray.
Space gray. Okay.
Unedited, except I did clean up the lint that they had on here because who took the photo, they were like, So, what wouldn't you know? That looks pretty similar to this, doesn't it?
Dude,
so my point is,
I like how that just looks like the space gray iPhones, like before they gave us the black.
It does. So why is that so fire since it already looks like colors that we already had?
Because the fact that it looks like that in the photo means it's going to be even lighter in person.
Oh, I took it.
And it's going to look actually
my
sharp.
brain does the opposite. My brain thinks it's going to be darker. Like that's what the light at the proper angle.
I mean, hey, it's possible, right? But let
me ask John though.
This look good.
We know that Sam thinks it looks great. I don't like. It's not that I don't like gray. It's just that I don't think it's different enough from all the other colors. So it's not, to me, it doesn't really feel that new. John, what are you doing? What are you feeling with this one? What are you feeling with this one?
I think it's all right. My only question, I guess, with this whole thing is like, how do we? I guess I was just confused as to why this is a rumor that's being pushed around today, because normally every year these are the exact things that we avoid because case manufacturers don't know shit. And so that's why I was wondering, like, does 9to5Mac have information that they're not saying? Like, what is making them so confident in this?
Yeah, I don't
also,
know.
why did they give
Mac,
us? Why did they publish the story? They have Ian. Why wasn't the story published first with the render of the actual color? Like, why? I guess I'm just confused as to why this is the story. This render from a case manufacturer from Amazon.
Listen, man, I don't know. We'd have to ask
This is the color
him,
of the phone that's inside the case. So it's not really accurate because it's inside a case that's inside of a render. Sorry, but here you go.
Yeah, but you got the little peekaboo of the camera module.
Yes, the peekaboo.
Dude, all I'm saying is this phone looks hot. It looks hot, baby.
Really?
And I am so excited for this color to drop. This will be the color that I will be going with, for sure.
Really?
And because, hot take, if you're not going to do the pro colors right, then don't do them at all. And
Let me see your phone.
Give me black, white, or gray.
Let me see your phone.
Give me 1 second.
No.
Just
Just like that. In the case. That was what I was going to say. See,
Same
it doesn't
color.
matter what color you buy. Doesn't matter what color you buy. Because
It
you have a
actually
case
does,
on.
because the camera bump would look way better than if it was just black on black.
It's just gray. See,
See,
this is how I carry my phone. Okay? This is how I carry my iPhone.
Okay. Yeah. The phone
So
that
the
you
color
got sent by
matters to
Apple
me.
that you didn't buy, I would carry my phone caseless too.
Correct. But I have never used cases, even on phones that I buy. But my point is that when you have a case on your phone, it's smart to put a case on there. I just don't like the bulk because I use the largest phone. I don't want it to be even bigger.
Yeah,
and bulkier
well,
than all.
Andrew, Casetify isn't paying you a bunch of money to put a case on your phone and promote it.
Oh, they've paid me before, and I put the case on there for the video, take it right back off.
No, Sam is committed to the bit.
I really enjoy Casetify. We have a good relationship. We're working on some stuff. Anyway,
It's a case, Sam. How do you enjoy a case? How do you enjoy a case? That's too strong of a
am
word.
I the only one that smiles on this planet anymore?
You're
I'm
the one
just saying
who's
it's too
been
strong of a
upset
word.
since the episode started.
I enjoy
so
it.
happy.
I enjoy
Behind
it.
every little boy complaining on a tech podcast at age 25 is a smiling giant.
It's a smiling giant.
So anyway, that was just the breaking news I wanted to open with. Have you guys seen anything in the past week? We got
That's a good
couple
piece of
things on the
news.
docket. Yeah, we've got
Interesting piece of news. Interesting. What's more interesting, though, because we were talking about this in text a few days ago, China was the reason for the gold iPhone in the first place, and so they really wanted to make inroads in China with the iPhone 5 and going forward. And so now with the elimination of gold, because gold was the best-selling color by far in China, it makes me wonder. Is it that titanium has difficulty like holding a gold color? I obviously have no clue, but
I think that's it. I just think they can't.
Does that affect anything in China?
I don't think they can get the saturation in the gold that they need for titanium. I just think it's too matte and too that's why I think that they most likely planned on it and tested it. It just looks like ass, and so they're not doing it this year. Yeah, I just think it looks bad. So I'm a fan of like the natural titanium color. I think I would prefer that over the Titan gray color. Looks less like a natural titanium and more. It looks darker to me.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess slightly.
It looks slightly darker. Yeah, it doesn't look like a natural. I feel like they're going to market it as like the natural titanium color. Sam, we do a tech podcast, yes?
Yes, sir.
We're surrounded by the latest and the greatest, yes?
AirPods, iPhones. It's the latest.
But I'm going to put out a hot guess and say that when you go to sleep, your sleep routine, probably not great, routine, outdated, a lot of low-tech stuff happening when you sleep, right?
Exclusively.
Have you heard of today's newest Genius Bar sponsor, Hatch, everybody? Yay! Hatch! The Hatch Restore is your bedside sleep guide. I don't know what... You say that. It's so satisfying to say that.
The Hatch Restore is your bedside sleep guide,
Isn't it
engineered to
great?
help you build more restful routines and natural sleep habits. They're all in one. It's called the Dream Machine. It's a sophisticated sound machine, light, and alarm clock, a seamless blend of innovation and functionality beautifully designed for your bedside table. And I got one.
Mhm.
It's one of those pieces of tech that looks too nice to be a piece of tech. And I'm like, I don't know if this belongs in my house because I'm kind of a scrungy little gremlin, as you
And
know.
you don't even want to sleep. You just want to stay up and look at it.
Yeah. Dude.
Your Hatch teaches your body when it's time to sleep and when it's time to rise with light and sound cues, because good rest allows you to be the best version of yourself, which is why the Restore was engineered to help you form healthy sleep habits for life. It coaches you through meditations and mindfulness exercises that transform the time before bed and after sleep into restful rituals.
Guys, right now Hatch is offering our listeners, that's you guys, $20 off your purchase of a Hatch Restore and free shipping, which is always great at hatch.co/genius. Sleep deeply and wake up gently with the Restore. Go to hatch.co/genius to get $20 off of free shipping. That's hatch.co/genius.
Thank you, Hatch, for jumping on board and sponsoring Genius Bar.
We love you.
But
Ooh, here's a new segment
Yeah.
I want to do on the show. Hold on, guys. We got a new segment coming up. 1 second. We call it. Can somebody answer?
Oh.
is that Skype from like 2008?
It's time for Do you want groove titanium or smooth titanium?
Oh.
So, Andrew, this is the part of the show where I show you the current leaked images of the iPhone 15
Okay.
Pro, and you tell me whether or not you like the design. Again,
Okay.
shared by Unknowns21. We love to credit all the cool boys on the show here. We're a changed, reformed person now.
Personally, I'd rather just steal it.
As you can see in these leaked images that we've seen of the 15 Pro, it has been shown with a different titanium than we currently have on the Apple Watch Ultra. It's got like little grooves in it, and I gotta be
Brushed.
honest.
That's called brushed
Brushed.
titanium.
Brushed. Well, I touched
It's
my
got little
brushed
grooves.
titanium. I
It's got
touched
little
my
rivers in it.
I touched my brushed fridge today, and my nail caught, and it made the
No.
sound of 1,000 children's screams. And I haven't been the same since. That's honestly where my day went wrong.
Are you
So
kidding
should
me?
Apple do groove titanium? Kind of bad. Nobody likes that one. Or should they do smooth titanium that'll be really good for everybody and make everybody happy? And it's the best.
They're going to do what we see right here. But the grooved is not going to be like your fridge. It's going to have it's going to look grooved to our eyes, but it's going to feel smooth to our hands.
Yeah, keep in mind how close the camera is to
It's
this.
like when they did the brushed aluminum. They used to do brushed aluminum. I forget what product it was, but it looked brushed like this, but it felt smooth.
Yeah, I would guarantee that's smooth. I don't think there's like ridges in it. I think the camera.
Yeah, you're not gonna like rub your nail
That
in
picture
there.
was taken from really close up, and I would imagine that's the Titan gray color. I would imagine that's what the sides for that model look.
Now, what's weird is if you go back to that rendered image that we were just talking about a minute ago, inside the case, the sides of the phone are like glossy, shiny. Like, see that? So that looks weird. That's what leads me to believe that this is not an accurate depiction of this color, because the titanium is not going to be like shiny like stainless steel.
True, unless they've innovated a process in which they've made titanium shiny.
That defeats the whole purpose of killing the terrible fingerprints that get all over the.
But I do feel like the stainless steel was beautiful.
Of course, it is.
It
for
is
the first couple
beautiful.
days.
As soon as you touch it, it gets messed up, but it is beautiful, like on its own, for sure.
So your team, you want the groovies? You want the smooth groovies?
It's not that I want it; it's just that I think that's what they're going to do. If you ask me what I want, I guess.
Like, I guess my question is, what justifies them doing the brushed, which to me is a more sort of mid 2000s Apple aesthetic, versus we already have titanium on a product.
Here's what I'm
Why
going to
wouldn't
tell
they
you
just
right
copy-paste
now.
it?
Here's what I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
If that phone glass back is accurate, and then they did the sides without the brushed, there would be like it would almost melt into the sides, which I don't think. I don't think that's what they want. I think they want to have the contrast between the sides and the back.
Cool. Like,
You would prefer to have it like look like one solid piece. But then the problem there is that they want consistency across all the phones, and it wouldn't be that consistent with all the other colors. So it would only be the gray that did that, and then the other ones would have that contrast, and they don't want that.
Okay. How are we feeling about gold being gone, though?
I never buy gold, so I'm fine with it. I'm just curious, does that affect sales in China at all? Or is it just no big deal?
I mean, it's not like I was... So I have the gold 14 Pro. I regret it, but I have it. And not that I was planning on buying a titanium gold iPhone, but it just feels like the end of an era for them to get rid of gold this year. It feels very. This phone is going to feel more pro-y than the other phones. I feel like throwing a gold color in there makes it like, oh, but what about the status of my phone? Now it's just strictly business.
It is strictly business. I mean, we did have the end of an era already with the rose gold being gone a few phones ago. So we're used to that.
The rose gold on the MacBook, though.
And gold has always been the worst color, I'd say.
I don't know. Some years it was good. Like when it was champagne-ish
yes,
gold. I enjoyed that.
Even though Sam disagrees, the 10S, the gold on the 10S was hot, dude.
No. I liked the iPhone 5S gold. Like that was the first gold they ever did, and I think that was a really good one. They probably should have one and done it, but
one and done. That's it.
So no gold color this year.
Blue though. I want to see this blue.
Yeah, no, I've given up all hope with fun colors because it's never actually unless you shine it a specific way in a specific light, it's never that color. So it's all a lie.
Yeah, but this one seems like it's like a dark blue. When you look at that leaked USB-C port, it looks like a deep navy.
Do we have that?
I don't know that it looks different enough from the black.
This was from which one of the goons was it?
Oh, this sucks. You have to you memorize all this stuff? What?
Yeah,
maybe if you just retweeted them.
I mentioned this person in a tweet the other day. Hold on.
Wait, did you get community notes?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
So
because he doesn't know how to do math.
Okay.
Because he didn't know how to math properly.
Sorry. Am I the hostile one on the show still, or is it the other people on the show being
I'm just
hostile?
saying. I'm just answering
We're
the
just
question.
reciprocating your hostility.
Yeah, some absolute buffoon was like, it's probably Ian Zelbo, if we're being straight up, was like, the current cable measures 1 meter in length, and therefore, dude, even they say, and therefore, the actual percentage increase is 50, not 33.
This is how they said it.
Rate it. No.
They put a finger up.
Other mean. How do I type mean?
Harassment or abuse?
Yeah. Wait, I can sign up? Wait.
Wait, can you community notes
Bro!
yourself?
What? I can just do it?
Wow. You're gonna be the community noteser?
Bro, what? They gave me access to this? How do I community note everyone? We'll get to that later. I didn't know you could just sign up. This is insane.
Well, you have to use it responsibly, Sam, whatever that means.
Wait, can I uncommunity notes myself?
Probably not.
I can edit it!
Wait, you're just a community noteser now? Like you didn't have to do anything else?
And I can see who did it!
Whoa.
Who was it? I will find you, sparkly dune warbler.
Oh, so it only shows you the notes that they've done. It doesn't show you who it is, it looks like.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? Fair enough.
It doesn't look like they're targeting you specifically.
It's
no, but and they also gave you a proper note though.
You know what? Andrew, sometimes I just want to go a day without being berated.
Listen, you said Apple Track is a news organization. And if a news organization makes a mistake, it should be properly handled and corrected.
No, I'm just being a baby. I'm going to be honest. When I saw that community note, I was pretty embarrassed because I was like, it's one thing to it's one thing to be community noted for like misinformation, and then it's another thing to be community noted for like not carrying the decimal right. And it's pretty cringe. I'm going to go back right now and rate that note as very helpful because they're right.
Oh, wow. He's had a change of heart, everybody.
I love you, Dune Warbler. I'm going to say this is actually very helpful. It was easy to understand. It directed, it provided, let's give that all the checks. It's helpful, man.
Okay, so today, the day exactly 1 year ago, we got invites for the iPhone event.
It was 1 year ago?
1 year ago today,
But the
obviously-
iPhone event was what day?
I don't fucking know.
Because it's usually 2 weeks. Usually it's 2 weeks out. I think it was
What,
earlier.
Sam?
It
in
was September 7th. It was September 7th, 2020.
Yeah, that's why. So I wouldn't expect invites for another week.
I believe
well, that
we're
was
going
my
to be getting
follow-up
invites on the 29th. That's
Who's
my
we?
current guesstimate. We is
Wait,
us
Andrew
on the
would
show,
know.
the
Andrew-
public. No, he wouldn't know. They don't tell him that. But yeah, I would.
I wouldn't know what, when the invites go out or when the event is.
So yeah, if the event's on the 12th,
Both.
it's going to be 2 weeks before, which would be Tuesday, August 29th. That should be when we get invites, right?
That sounds accurate.
Why does it sound accurate, Andrew?
Just sound.
Is someone who has been invited by the media before, he's probably aware that it's usually about 2 weeks before.
It's about 2
Yeah,
weeks. It's
that's
roughly
fine.
about 2 weeks. And
Yeah,
I
because
think
they got to get people to plan and,
You
try to
wouldn't-
get there. And
You wouldn't possibly have heard something by now, right?
well, he could
Who,
never
me?
say that on a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are you talking? Who
Andrew.
are you talking to right now?
Not you.
He's
Definitely
he's a
not
really
you,
thirsty
Sam.
guy. What are you? Are you drinking
Dude.
coconut water,
He's
drinking coconut water. I'm drinking water.
He's double fisting right now,
bro? You're gonna have to get up to pee in minutes, bro. Not on the
No,
show. There's
Andrew,
kids
answer
that
the
watch.
question.
Listen, I think everything Sam said sounds good.
Let's end the show there, boys.
I think everything Sam said sounds pretty
I've
good.
never seen Andrew Edwards squirm the way you just did. He's double fisting drinks. Okay, so invites on the 29th, event on the 12th.
That sounds right. I mean, that's what they've done in the past.
I'm
That's
waiting.
spot on.
I'm waiting to see if Andrew Community notes me.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be on Wednesday, right? But usually Apple would only push the event to the Wednesday if they
Yeah.
have like an event
What's
on
he
Monday
doing?
or
What is
something.
this?
29th, 30th, whatever. I'm trying to calculate. 29th
Yeah, I mean,
or
it could be a
30th.
day. It could be a day later too. Like we've seen
I li-
that, like 13 days. now.
Andrew, that was very clever. Trying to look like you don't know and you're just trying to guess. I like that.
I'm guessing here.
Yes.
I guess here's the question, right? So we've got iPhone 15 coming. That's what we've mainly been talking about.
hmm
In general, is this something you're excited for, Andrew? Are you iPhoned out? What's the current vibes from you on iPhone 15? Are you looking forward to probably attending this event?
I'm never iPhoned out. For me, I'm never. So the reason I started doing this is because I have loved consumer electronics since I was just a 5-year-old kid. That has never left me. So even today, a new iPhone or new whatever. It's not just the iPhone, but new tech products to me are always very exciting. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm curious what we know, or I think we think we know most of the hardware, but
We
that's
do.
never the full story. Just like last year, we were all confident about it's going to have
The-
this hole punch.
Yeah,
for
the eye hole
for this,
thing.
but they're going to have another hole for the camera, and it's going to look ugly, and then they show us the dynamic island, and it's like, oh, no one, not a single person, called that. So that's really the thing that I'm always most excited about is what is iOS? What's the software going to allow us to do with the hardware?
Yeah.
Great, we're going to have a USB-C port, but whatever. Like, what is that going to? What's the story around that? Because it's not, it's not just going to be Apple saying it's got USB-C now. There's going to be something tied to it. Whether it's just like you can record in 8K or whatever it might be, and now you can transfer, or you can use your phone as an external Thunderbolt drive now, like something like what are the different stories going to be around this phone? That is what is most exciting to me. And then of course, it's not just going to be an iPhone event. There's going to be something else there. If it's an iPad Mini, I'm going to be very happy. But who knows what it's going to be?
Don't tease me.
Watches. Hey, Watch Ultra 2. What's going to happen with the watches? The watches always seem to, the last few years have been like kind of understated with the exception of the Ultra last year. What's the Ultra 2 going to have? What's the
Just
Series 9
darker
going to have?
color.
I think it's
Don't just make it a darker color. Don't just make it a dark. I'm going to be upset.
Well, I think it could have satellite connectivity this year.
Listen, the only reason I would care about that is if I'm in a situation where I need help, which I hope to never use. So
Which you're
those
gonna if you
features
keep
where it's
talking
like-
the way you do. You're gonna need more than satellite connectivity. All
Listen.
right,
Where
you gonna
I am
put it?
done with the slander about the satellite. They save lives every day, and I don't hope
nothing wrong
that
with
your
that.
airplane, I don't know if that can be used in court because
don't
what
think-
is that? It's just a sound. Just for the lawyers, that was just me, sneezing a little bit. I sneeze oddly.
Yeah, that's all. No big deal.
But maybe on the way down, You'd be like, I'm glad my watch has satellite SOS because my damn iPhone 14's battery can't get through a day.
Listen, I got on my flight this morning at 80% battery. It was about a 2.5-hour flight, and I landed at 25%. And I was like, what just happened? How?
Yeah, it's.
But anyway, I digress. Satellite's fine, but that's not
a selling point. It's not a selling point.
It's a nice to have thing.
It's not.
For the Apple Watch Ultra specifically, it would actually be the definition of a selling point when they're marketing it toward people out by themselves exploring and doing things that are not.
But here's the thing.
On the trail. They're off.
I agree with that. If the thing with Apple buyers is, why do I see so many Apple Watch Ultras everywhere I go? And I'm talking about just in life, at the store, at the supermarket.
98%
not everybody is buying them.
Yeah.
It's like SUVs. It's like or buying a Hummer or something. How many people who buy a Hummer are taking it off road? 1% probably.
Yeah.
So it's like people are buying these Apple Watch Ultras just because they're cool. They look cool. They have, the bigger display. If you want a larger display, the bigger display you can get on your wrist, you're buying the Ultra, right? So I have no problem with satellite connectivity. All I'm saying is, don't say it's the same as last year, but with satellite. Buy it now. Like, that's not enough reason to upgrade.
Well,
that's
we're hearing.
What I'm trying to say.
That's fair. For the Apple Watches in 2023, we are hearing it's going to be a pretty small year. We're basically hearing that it's only going to have the new S7 chip.
Faster chip, though, this time, right?
Sorry, S9 chip. I apologize, S9 chip. So yeah, faster chip, which is fair because the chip hasn't actually been updated in spec since 2020.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know what they're calling it, but what is it for real?
So it's going to be based off the A15 chip, Gurman says, and I think the current one is based off the A13 or A12. So
we're going from a 7 nanometer to a 5 nanometer?
Yeah, so it'll have some battery life savings, more efficient performance per, performance per size. And I don't know. I think it'll be nice. I'm not saying I think that this year though, based off of what we're hearing, is this sounds like it will be the smallest Apple Watch update in history, which is impressive considering.
No.
S6?
I was gonna say, wasn't it 5 to 6 was significant because the 6 had a larger display, but 6 to 7, I think it was 6 to 7 where it was
no,
everything.
You're getting confused. 6 to
Apple, 7 had the larger display.
No, we're confusing ourselves by saying from 1 to 1 to Series 4 was what?
What do you mean?
Larger display fall detection. Series 5 was then always on display. Come on, you guys are not doing well at this quiz.
Okay.
Series 6, blood oxygen monitoring, faster processor.
Why
Series
the
7,
fuck do you know this?
Larger display.
Are you reading a document right now? What is going on?
No, Series 7 larger display. Now, Series 7 was just a larger screen, but it did have a cool aesthetic curve effect, and they did some fun new watch faces. But I would argue...
No, Series 7 was the flat one.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, it had all flat sides and a flat display.
I hate that I was pausing. So yeah, I to me, a bigger screen is more functional than a new processor. Because I don't feel like my Apple Watch is slow. Is there ever been a time when you guys feel like...
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's not that I feel it's slow. What for me, it's more... I don't know what it will take to get more functional apps on the Apple Watch, but I do feel like it's not fast enough to give us a satisfying app experience, I guess. When I tap on an app, it does still have to load, where unlike on the phone, you tap on an app and boom, it's there.
Yeah.
So that's more why it's the things that I use it for now, I don't feel like it's too slow, but I feel like we could be using it for more if it wasn't as slow.
What functionality? If you get the year is 2025. Andru Edwards is head of development for Apple Watch 10.
Mm-hmm.
10th generation Apple Watch, big changes afoot. What is Andru Edwards adding? What do you want to see from
This is what I want. I want to be able to buy a watch and set it up without needing an iPhone. I don't need my parents' iPhone or someone else's. I just want to, you buy a watch, you can set it up, no iPhone required. And secondly, with that being the case, I want there to start being apps where your watch that's not tied to a phone can act as, a tiny little phone on your wrist, meaning not just making phone calls or communication, but the apps are there. So if I want to, whether it's like my package tracker app or whatever it might be, a social media network, something like that, where I can just tap on it and just read through on my wrist without relying on the phone. Because a lot of apps still, I don't know if people know this, but a lot of times the phone kind of, for lack of a better term, like paints the app onto the screen. So the screen on your Apple Watch is almost like cloud gaming or something. There's another computer with cloud gaming, and then your TV or whatever is just showing you a picture.
Yeah.
I want my watch to be able to do that stuff. And if we're getting a chip that's based on, did you say it was based on the A15?
Believe so.
I mean, that's a pretty powerful chip. So I would hope that, battery life improves and that my watch, it doesn't have to be as powerful as
Final Cut on the
exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be as powerful as the iPhone 13, but I'm saying if you were to, let me ask you this, if you were to liken the speed of your Apple Watch to a phone, which version of iPhone would you say it is? Like an iPhone 7 or something? Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Bring it forward. I think switching this year to the 5-nanometer chip, better battery, more efficiency, and more power could enable better watch apps. But the other problem, obviously, is developers needing to be enticed into making watch apps. And I feel like, when's the last time you've seen an article or anything where it's like, hey, new watch app is dropping, go grab this? It's so it's so rare. It's probably been years. Right?
I don't think I seek out apps for my watch ever.
But they wanted us to in the beginning. Remember the first couple years?
Yeah, but now I feel like we filled all the gaps. At least for me, like I can't think of something else that I'd want to do. Like I don't know if this is just me, but I think I'm starting to realize that one of the biggest benefits for Apple Watch to me is that it has eliminated my phone anxiety. So if I forget my phone somewhere, if I leave it, like I can leave the house, go on a run without my phone. If I forget,
you got that LTE.
Yeah, when I leave the house, and if I forgot my phone, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I don't feel like I'm being prohibited from making an emergency call if I need to. I don't feel disconnected from the world, and so I think for me that's the biggest. That's why I always wear the watch every day.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Andrew, because that is a really valid point about the watch. That was actually what its initial intention was, and it's like I'm looking back at Apple's March 2015 presentation, which a lot of people forget that they did, where they sort of did a deeper dive into everything, and I believe that they go into some apps. Yeah, I believe they start showing off some third-party apps that have been.
It's wild that it all looks the same still.
Yeah, and there was like I wonder if they're going to show it in the presentation, but there was an Uber app that was actually super cool. Like they're even showing you being able to open your garage and stuff from your watch. And there was a time when my watch.
I
could
do use
this.
the Hue app,
and most companies have discontinued their watch apps. They've literally like intentionally removed them, and like you can no longer do the MyQ garage door opener. You can no longer call an Uber from your wrist. Do you guys remember when you could go scroll 10 tweets on your wrist? I'll be honest. When I was going to the bathroom, I didn't have my phone. It was just like, oh, let me just get like a glance at what's happening, and it was actually kind of cool. And
and that's what I'm talking about.
Clearly. The problem, I think, what happened is the Apple Watch didn't really explode for 5 years. Like, it took it about 5 years for people to be like, oh, wait, I want this now. And it was slower than we saw with AirPods and obviously slower than the iPhone. Faster than obviously Vision Pro will be. But it was still, I think, slower that developers, invest for, a college amount of years and then they don't see a return. So they're like, all right, we're discontinuing these. The watch came out in 2015. By 2019, most of these apps had been eliminated. And now that the user base is very large, it definitely seems like Apple should bring this back. I mean, there's, like Andrew said, there's so much possibility with the watch, and I don't know why everyone just gave up so quickly, when to me it doesn't seem like it would be that incredibly hard to take the infrastructure from an iPhone app and apply it in the context of a watch app. I mean, I'm not number one developer on the planet here, but
I think what might have happened is the barrier to entry. You know how signing up for Mastodon when that was the thing was like just there's so many roadblocks and it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Not that they had another choice, but that was kind of part of the problem with apps on your watch. So you open up the watch app on your phone, and it's like, okay, here are the apps that you have installed on your phone that have a watch companion. Would you like us to, like Andrew said, stream them to your watch? But now they're more native, and you still have to sort of handle that in the app. And maybe people just don't dig that deep. Maybe it's just like they buy their watch, and maybe App Store directly on the watch is the.
They have that.
Well,
they have that.
They do. And to be clear, just so the audience isn't confused, watch apps for years have been able to run natively on the watch. Like they don't require a stream anymore.
That's what I'm talking about, by the way. I just tapped on the App Store on my watch, and it took about 20 seconds for it to load.
Like it's clearly loading.
Yeah, so mine is also taking very long to load.
That's the problem for me.
Apple Watch starter
But
kit.
why? Like, so are you suspecting that they're streaming the App Store to the watch? Because that did not.
I'm not sure if they still do that.
It does,
but I guess
when
my
I opened
point
it didn't feel like it was like it was loading it from my watch.
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. But my point is, all the experiences Sam was mentioning a minute ago, like you could only see like 10 tweets or whatever because the watch was so weak, right?
Yeah.
So a much stronger watch. So if you can only see 10 tweets, I can see why Twitter's like, this isn't worth it. No one wants to just open an app and see 10 tweets on their wrist. We don't need to keep updating this and spend resources.
Well, that's the same
company. But now there's so much more power. So Instagram, all these other social media networks that have left the Apple Watch, like, come back because it's going to be more powerful and it won't be so slow. That's basically what I'm saying. And it's like one of those chicken and egg things. The apps aren't going to come until the watch is strong enough and fast enough to support them. In my opinion, I'm gonna go get my food. I'm gonna go get my food.
Go get your food.
Continue. I'll be right back.
Okay,
like
we got
3 minutes.
This.
Okay, dude, I was crunching earlier today.
Like you were crunching on what?
I was crunching on some HelloFresh, baby.
Yeah, long time no see.
I've told you how many times, you know me, we're pretty close, how I'm pretty bad at like taking care of basic bodily like necessities such as feeding myself.
Yes.
And
all of your food came perfectly prepackaged in a bag and you didn't have to do a lot of work. It came with instructions that you couldn't possibly mess up and only took maybe 30 minutes of your time with farm fresh ingredients that you don't have to leave yourself with a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. If only there was such a service for you, you know?
If only. You know what? I'll spoil it. It's HelloFresh. They have completely transformed my eating and feeding schedule. It's made me feel better because not only can I get my veggies and my healthy meats and I'm making it myself, like this is non-processed foods I'm eating. Mm-hmm. It's also quick and easy. They've also got protein blasts and all kinds of fit and wholesome stuff that'll make you just feel so good.
There's so much choice. And that's something that I really love about HelloFresh is there obviously HelloFresh isn't the only sort of meal-centric company on the planet, and something I really love about HelloFresh is that they're always striving to introduce more variety. It's not just like they've curated a list of meals and they launched with them and that's what they still have. They're always adding, always creating variety, and that's what I love about HelloFresh because it keeps it fresh.
Guys, it's 25% cheaper than takeout and less expensive than grocery shopping too. Go to HelloFresh.com/50GeniusBar and use code 50GeniusBar for 50% off plus free shipping. That's it's going to be, John, what's the URL?
It is 50GeniusBar.
Well, it's
HelloFresh.com/50GeniusBar.
You almost got there, but guys, yeah, HelloFresh.com/50GeniusBar.
He trusted me!
We love you guys. It's America's #1 meal kit. Don't trust John. Trust HelloFresh to keep that belly full.
Can I try it again just to make up for what happened? You need to go to HelloFresh.com/50GeniusBar and use code 50GeniusBar for 50% off plus free shipping. Did I do it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this episode of the Genius Bar.
America's #1 meal kit. All right, it said the thing. That's the tagline.
John, have you used WatchOS 10 yet, or do you stay away from the betas on your watch?
Not that I'm like purposely avoiding them, but yeah, no, I haven't installed the beta.
So I've been running WatchOS 10 since day one, and it's been very, very nice. Like, I really enjoy the animations and the UI and the design. I really think it's a hit out of the park. It's pretty good. It did take me the entire summer of beta season to realize that. So the side button is now control center. So when you press the side button, that's control center. So you don't swiping up from the bottom gives you the new like widget view.
Wait, hang on. Pressing the okay. You don't mean the action button.
No.
Okay, I was like,
so but basically your brain, since WatchOS 1 has been like control center, swipe up, which you have to like relearn. But once I've learned that, it's now muscle memory again. It will take you 3 months and you'll be angry, but it is nice. I don't find myself using the widget view as much as I had hoped. Although I take that back. I do read like just a little news headline sometimes, and it's interesting. But I agree with what Andrew said. I think there's more potential for.
I really love the Ultra. That's one of those areas where you were right and I was wrong. I really like the Ultra. Would you get Ultra 2 if it comes out next month?
Oh, of course.
But like,
not even a question.
Why? Just because it's a different color?
I think I would like a dark titanium. Oh
no, dog. I would stick with this color. Like if it has more features and stuff, and I buy another one, if I could justify buying another one, if there's some upgrades to it other than color, maybe I will. But I would still get this color. It's the superior color.
But like, look. Let me just share the screen real quick. Look at this just stunning render of what it could be.
Oh.
Come on, baby.
That looks great in a render, but I still wouldn't buy it.
So I will say I have enjoyed having a lighter watch. That's been very pleasant, and I do really enjoy the Ultra, but I like Andrew said, it's going to be more than just a processor and a new color. Yeah. That they literally could not go on stage and talk about.
Like, sitting
there's going to be some other exclusive software feature or I don't know. I mean, a lot of people. This is also a niche complaint that I've heard. But
wait, the mock-up is from Shrimp.
Yeah.
Wow. So he just changed the hue in Photoshop.
Yeah, basically. But
welcome back, Andrew.
Andrew, I'm curious if you've heard this complaint about the Ultra. Have you heard people say they literally will not buy the Ultra because of the orange action button and they don't like the orange?
I have never heard that, and that seems to be one of the main reasons to buy it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I personally love it, but I have seen a few comments from folks that's like, okay, I want to throw something else out. So some people say they haven't bought it because it's orange. That's a very, very, very small group of people.
So I actually get that. Not that I ever thought of not buying it because of the orange, but it does feel weird that there's only orange. Of course, if you know the reason why there's only orange for the Ultra, then it makes sense. But because this orange color is like the universal color.
International
orange is what it's called.
International orange. Okay. But for someone to be like, wow, yeah, I like that watch. I want to buy it. The orange button. Never mind. I can't imagine.
What? That's incredible.
You know what else uses international orange is the spacesuits. So it is cool. It is founded in something. Wait, is the San Francisco Bay Bridge orange?
Is no really? Way. Is it? Oh, it is orange. I didn't know it was international.
I thought it was red.
No, it's orange.
No. What? No way, dude. No.
What? International orange.
How did I'm 30 years old and I just learned that.
That be looking red.
That's red.
That's red.
That's international orange the same way.
Oh, but that looks like international orange. That looks like super international orange.
Yikes. Well,
super international orange.
Okay.
Let me ask. Can I bring up something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm not doing Apple Watch. Okay, good. There's been a lot of media speculation recently from highly respected, well-connected Apple journalists who, in the past, when this rumor would come up or when this concept would come up, would just throw it away. But now it seems to be gaining steam. Should Apple buy Disney?
Oh, God. No.
Should Apple buy Disney?
No, not even for a second.
And why or why not? And to add some context, though, the thought process behind this is all the TV networks that make content and streaming services are losing money, and the expectation is that big tech companies with streaming services are going to be the ones to buy up these other services. So take a Comcast,
supplementing
for example,
with other stuff. Yeah,
right. Comcast losing money, Amazon Prime Video making money. And I don't know if it's Prime Video that's making money, but the Comcast is just Comcast. So the TV company that are TV companies in and of themselves with nothing else to offer, losing money.
Yeah.
Whereas big tech companies with a streaming service are highly profitable. So does Apple allow something like Disney? It seems like Disney's the one, because it seems like Disney is the most in line with what Apple does. Does Apple allow Disney Plus and its portfolio, Pixar, to go elsewhere? Or does Apple buy Disney, and then by extension, though, is owning
how full
theme parks
circle
and
it would
cruises?
be for Apple to have Pixar?
For sure, right? To get Pixar back, it'd be incredible.
I could see things like ESPN, because Disney owns a lot of IP.
Yes.
For those
Hulu.
that don't know, Hulu,
ESPN
is Discovery and stuff with that, or no?
Discovery is inside of Disney Plus, I believe, right?
It would be then they would have.
Or is it
Discovery.
That's National Geographic?
They're the same. National Geographic and
are
Discovery
they?
is
Okay.
the same. Yeah. So that part I could see buying digital streaming assets, but buying Disney just seems like we shouldn't let that happen. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling. And to even for my brain to compute that Apple is in a position to buy Disney, the amount of legacy and lore and just that's insane to me that Tim could just be like, yeah, I want Disney.
Now remember, Amazon could buy Disney, Microsoft could buy Disney.
Yeah.
Any other big media company with a streaming service or who wants to get into streaming can buy Disney. So
it's not just Apple to sell, or are they just in a tough
It's
position?
not that Disney looking to sell, it's that Disney's share price has been just dropping. Disney Plus, under the hands of Disney, but not just Disney Plus, all the other ones, Peacock, Paramount, all of them are just not doing well. And so the expectation is that the Amazons of the world and the Apples and whoever else is going to look to buy these to bolster their video services. And so it's not just the argument of, do we want Disney or not, but it's also a defensive move. Do we want Amazon to have it? Mm-hmm. Do we want this other company to have it, or do we want to get it? But what comes along with that isn't just obviously a streaming service, because there's so many more things Disney does. Apple would be, if it's acting as a subsidiary like Beats, for example, fine, because you don't want Tim Cook making decisions about freaking what roller coaster to build next or whatever, right? Or what cruise line. But it's just an interesting conversation, and it seems to be, the reason I brought it up is because it seems to be gaining a lot of steam. In a way that it never has before, due to what's happening with TV versus streaming. This is the first time ever that streaming has outpaced. There are more people doing streaming TV now than cable for the first time ever, as of this past June.
But they're all hemorrhaging. Like all the dedicated streaming services, like the prices for streaming are too low.
They are hemorrhaging. You're right. But Apple, Amazon, etc., can absorb that hemorrhaging. See what I mean? They can absorb that, whereas the companies in and of themselves cannot. They will.
Tell us how you feel. Should Apple buy Disney, Andru Edwards?
Man, so for me, there's so much to the Disney business that seems way outside of what Apple does. Apple makes consumer electronics products and services, right? So to be owner of theme parks all across the world and to have that fall under, I guess, like I was saying, I don't totally understand what it means to like buy a company, but it just acts on its own. It kind of seems like that's what it would have to be, because you don't want to just buy and own the video content and then have another company, using your characters in their theme park because you didn't want to buy the whole thing. And Apple certainly doesn't want to be partnered with another company that this company runs this stuff for, I don't know, Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah, dude, Disney has so much IP. They have Marvel. They have...
It's very
Star
rich.
Wars.
They have Star Wars. Yeah.
But you can tell whenever Apple, look at Vision Pro, right? Disney was featured. Right?
Does Disney own Fox?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think Disney owns Fox as well.
So I basically want to say that I didn't ever believe this happening, but if you look at the screen I'm sharing, as Andrew alluded to, he stole it right out of my mouth. I did find
Bob Iger was
very, very curious that the one other company at this big moment, the moment that was the first in nearly a decade for a new product, halfway into announcing this groundbreaking device, they bring out the CEO from another company. And that other company happens to be Disney.
And that's so.
Yes.
And this is right after they brought Bob Iger back. So, Bob Iger was the CEO for a long time. Dropped off. I forget who came and replaced him, but Disney got in a tough spot, and they brought Bob back. And so that's why, timing wise, when you bring somebody like that back, it could be signifying that they're looking to sell. So it wouldn't surprise me because Bob left.
He's retiring.
For him to come back is likely temporary. And so what I could see happening is they bring Bob back because he's a trusted source and has connections and probably has a relationship with Tim and other companies. So that's my only thing. Is it the tech demographic and these media outlets trying to will this into existence? Because if Disney isn't looking to sell, if that's not a conversation that they're having, then that's a tough one. I can definitely see if any company is going to get Disney, if they have to sell and they're looking to sell, then yes, I hope that it's Apple. I wouldn't want... Disney's hard to trust as it is. And so trusting anyone else to oversee Disney, if it's going to be anybody, I guess I'd rather it be Apple than Amazon or anybody else.
Right.
And also, I feel like it can mesh well. The family-friendly, fun aspect of Apple really meshes well with Disney, and I think that Apple stuff in Disney parks and who knows, maybe just having that IP, Marvel shit, and pushing Marvel movies to Apple TV Plus first could be huge. There is a lot of benefit in terms of maybe not the Disney that we know, the theme parks and all that stuff, but the actual IP that comes along with Disney could be extremely valuable. We could have just how we had when Apple Watch launched, the themed Mickey face. We could have Disney-themed stuff all over Apple products. Officially licensed cases and stuff like that. We could pay $100 for Goofy on the back of a case. It does make a lot of sense. If Disney's going to sell, I don't think there is a better company than Apple to acquire them. That doesn't necessarily mean I want that to happen, though.
Right.
I just get the vibe that Tim Cook and Bob Iger are like buds.
They go golfing.
They're about the same age. They both lead some of the biggest, most innovative companies in the world.
They do that.
I don't know. I'm just looking back at this presentation, and the more I look at this,
if you squint, you might think that's Tim.
Tim doesn't wear sweaters like that. Come on.
He could, though. I'm just saying, looking back at that Vision Pro presentation, they could have had any company in the world to be on that stage with them. And I do find the timing and not just again, it wasn't we're partnering with Disney for Vision Pro. It was let's have the current CEO of Disney show you how they are working with Apple. I don't know. Well, I feel like the writing has been more on the wall than what'd you say?
Bringing Bob on, Bob has quite the legacy, and bringing him on stage as opposed to saying we're partnering with Disney adds the credibility. Disney adds credibility, but Bob representing Disney brings even further credibility to the new product. And yeah, I remember seeing that and thinking maybe things were fizzling at the time, and I saw media outlets being like, Apple buy Disney, because like Andrew said, this conversation's been happening for years. But this is one of the times where it actually seems viable. And when they're announcing Vision Pro, like a week or two before that, Disney reinstates Bob Iger, and now he's on an Apple stage. It just looks like he's right back in the biz, right back in conversations. And it's like, because he was on stage so quickly after being reinstated, it feels like there were conversations happening before he came back. That was like, hey, I'm coming back for this purpose. Like maybe they are looking for a sale. And if they are looking for a sale, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple's the top bidder.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they want it to be Apple, but Apple will still have to figure out if it makes, has to make sense for Apple. They're not going to do it if it makes sense.
That would be an insane purchase. Like that's one of those acquisitions that I would never expect to see in my lifetime. That Disney would be swallowed up by somebody else.
Yeah,
that's insane to think of.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if it would be good for Apple long term, but as an Apple investor short term, I'm like, that sounds kind of good.
That sounds kind of good.
Hey, speaking about that Vision Pro event, we got we got our weekly update. We know we had a very infamous conversation, one of our best episodes, I think, of the year, talking about John Prosser versus someone who tried Vision Pro right after the June 5th event. And of course, our wonderful event, Genius Bar Goes Dark. We love everybody that came. Thanks to Claim My Mac for sponsoring that one. We love you guys. I want to show you this right here. Developers, they seem to say they're pretty impressed. This is a direct quote from David Smith of Widgetsmith. He says, the first time you see your own app running for real, that's when you get an audible gasp. It's my app. It's running.
Yep.
And I'm very excited for John Prosser to have an audible gasp.
I hope that you know that does not alter my opinion at all.
Really?
To have developers and tech influencers be able to test Vision Pro, be very impressed by the technical awe of all of it, and then report back to us like, that's the best tech demo I've ever had, Andru Edwards. And then to have developers also be positive about it, you're still missing my core complaint. I'm not talking about developers. I'm not talking about Andru Edwards is. I'm talking about regular people using this. And that is yet to be seen. Supposedly Tim on the earnings call said he uses it every day. I fucking doubt. Yeah, on the last earnings call last month.
He uses it daily.
Yeah, on the earnings call last month, he said he uses it daily.
Tim Cook.
It's too late, I think, now to tweet about it, but
it's never too late to apologize, baby.
Did you find it? Was I right, or did I pull that out of my ass?
No, I believe he did say that.
Tim Cook did say that, according to Mixed Reality News. Oh, that was also on our friends over at Mind to 5 Back, my favorite Apple News blog. Ooh, that's a pretty picture.
Yeah, Tim says he uses it every day, and to Tim, because I know he watches, what do you use it on? What do you possibly do on Vision Pro every day?
He's doing his email. Okay.
Fucking, could you imagine?
Dude, I think people are still writing this off. I think people like the John Prosters of the world are being little ninnies. I think that's what you're being. A little ninny.
That's fine. I think I was wrong on the Ultra, the Apple Watch Ultra, so could be wrong on this. We'll see.
So get ready to be wrong again, baby. Woo!
Doubt it, but we'll see.
I'm sorry, John. You actually seem demoralized talking about this. Do you not want me to talk about it anymore?
No, it's not.
I've seen you on other podcasts act this way when you're disinterested, and
it's just.
Just want to make sure
I have quite literally. This is one of the rare instances where I have said everything there is possibly for me to say, and my opinion has not changed. I have left it open that it may change, but it won't change until I have it on my head, and we are not there yet. So
no fun.
So to be like, hey, more developers tried it, and developers said, wow. Okay. That's the same thing they said in June.
You realize I'm not gonna stop riding this Apple train until it comes out, right? You realize every time we hear news, I will be sharing it with you, and I will be saying, have you changed your mind yet?
Yeah, there are things about our friendship that I just eat. that I have accepted.
You're like
This
Apple.
is
Our friendship is hemorrhaging, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can eat the cost. But like,
yeah, I can afford the emotional cost, but it's everyone else I'm worried about. Yeah.
oh.
Is there any other news to cover before we hoppity out of this? Andrew Edwards is a busy man.
I know. How do we have you for like 3 more minutes, Andrew?
3 minutes is good. And I got to go visit with the Oppo.
Sorry,
Oppo.
we don't mention other brands on this show. This is an
Hey.
Apple podcast. Oppo, never heard of them.
Or
Oppo.
Oppo, more like go Oppo, go Broco.
Wow. You could have said
Okay.
like Nopo or something.
I'm sure Oppo. Oh,
Don't worry,
that's
I can edit the show. I can just get rid of that joke.
You really do have all the control. Maybe you know what? You guys should just like put like a blur around me and mute when I talk this entire episode. I couldn't do anything about it. Let me share this last video.
You're not sharing anything.
I'm so sorry. I'm a little slow today. I've got
fuck! It wouldn't be a Genius Bar episode without Sam trying to promote his goddamn TikTok.
No. I'm not promoting my TikTok. It just shows the reach.
It's
this
worse.
Has. It shows the reach that this has, and Parker Burton. I mentioned he's the Android guy. He covered my TikTok, and I thought it was very funny because I made a comment. You'll see. Here's last week update. You know the Android guy on TikTok, Parker Burton? His wife that he married has an iPhone. And I want to know how that relationship works.
You know, this is kind of funny. So yes, my wife does use an iPhone. In fact, she uses a MacBook, an iPhone, an Apple Watch, an iPad. She is a pretty big Apple user, you might say. But to answer your question, our relationship works with love and affection. But more practically speaking, with like the phone side of things, yeah, I have an Android phone. She has an iPhone, and we communicate with SMS. We text each other. But let me just say this. The type of phone that you have should really not have an impact on your relationship, because that is not what's most important. And so if somebody who's literally known as the Android guy on the internet can marry someone with an iPhone, then you can do it too, guys. I believe in you.
Thank you, Parker.
My dude, this is not that deep. Holy shit!
It's
He
not
really looked at me dead in the eye and said, "Love and affection." Fucking actually,
No, that was
kill
really
me.
funny.
Actually, kill me.
I thought his response was really funny. I think my
I
comment
saw
on his video
OnePlus
was-
said something.
Yeah, OnePlus always be running the damn mouth.
What do you mean? What'd they say?
They said when you meet a girl who doesn't judge you for what phone you use.
Like, I hope OnePlus and Parker just jerk
Oh,
each other
but
off
Patrick
in the woods.
Setch got him in the comments. The Uno reverse. He said it works reverse too. You judge iPhone users on your TikTok commercials.
Oh shit! They got him. So what?
Basically,
That looked like a clip from Genius Bar. Is it?
It was from our podcast. Yes, it was. Basically,
See what I mean? You
do
have
get you
full
in-
control over what clips get out. Like, I am somehow part of this.
He manually ripped that from YouTube. That was not a clip posted.
Oh,
So like
Sam,
he went.
Sam, show this one, Sam. This is how I feel about that situation.
Okay, I also just want to say all love to Parker and his wife. They're wonderful people, and we wish them nothing but the best.
okay, Parker. Since you're watching, all love to you, but you made me want to die.
Oh, okay. I actually thought it was a really funny response. I appreciate it. Okay.
No,
here's
he
one
unironically
from-
said love and affection, and it makes me want to drown myself in a bouncy castle.
Ooh, Andrew's got us. This is an old one. 320. Andrew
Okay.
be looking a little spicy in this one. I'm not gonna lie. You making me feel things I haven't felt before with the heart
Oh
emojis.
God.
Here's how Andrew says this video made him feel. Says when you text Bay for the first time, and it comes back green. Hey,
See?
that's a good one.
See, Andrew made that. He said the same thing you're trying to say, but he was funny. I think you should learn from that. Like,
Well-
it's clearly a ha-ha funny joke, make me laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't correct though, which most people are, because it doesn't come back green.
Yeah, it's yours that's green.
Yours is green, but I had to take a little
Alas.
creative liberty.
Alas, guys, it's Andrew Edwards. We appreciate him.
Andrew
so much.
Edwards, best
Thank
tech creator on the planet and future owner of Disney. We love him.
Woo.
Thank you so much for coming on to our show again.
Follow him
Yes.
on TikTok. Are you just at Andrew on TikTok? Did you get that?
Andrew Edwards. Andrew Edwards on TikTok. I couldn't
He's
get
at Andrew on Instagram because he got the ad. 'Cause
Yes.
He's so cool.
Yes. Steven Cupertino.
Well, sort of.
I mean, I'm not going to be there, but I mean, I'd love to. Apple, if you're watching, Andrew, did you put in a word for me? Maybe be like, hey,
I'll try.
No.
He doesn't want to be camera this year. He wants to graduate to tech reporter.
He wants to be in the room instead of on the outside.
No,
Yeah,
I think
I don't
at
wanna
this
sit in the
point
literal
it's
bleachers.
detrimental to mention your name to Apple. Like, I think that maybe a month ago or so, like, things were fine, but now that you're going hard on the whole battery thing, like, no one wants you.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because it's the right thing, and I hate the idea that people spend $1,000 on a phone and have to spend another $150 on it. I don't think that's
Legit.
right. And I think Apple would do the right thing. I think Apple will come with a repair program. I think they're being quiet, but yeah, like I'm gonna sit on my principles, and my principles, even though I love Apple and would love to be there, I'm gonna make some noise about something.
I wish I cared as much as Sam about anything.
It gets me in trouble though. Also, I want to apologize. Was I too hot at the beginning of the episode, guys?
See what I mean? Okay,
It's fine.
see you next week, guys.
I'm asking. I'm
Sam!
evaluating.
It's fine. Please don't evaluate at the end of the episode.
Okay, we love you.
Okay, we love you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.